Hi, dear church members. This is Pastor Daniel again. Today, the title of message to think about is Reason Why David Was Called by King Saul. Let me read the scripture for today. It is written in 1 Samuel chapter 17 verses 12 to 30. Now David was the son of Ephrathite named Jesse, who was from Bethlehem in Judah. Jesse had 8 sons, and in Saul's time he was very old. Jesse's 3 oldest sons had followed Saul to the war. The firstborn was Eliab, the second Abinadab, and third Shammah. David was the youngest. The 3 oldest followed Saul, but David went back and forth from Saul to tend his father's sheep at Bethlehem. For 40 days the Philistine came forward every morning and evening and took his stand. Now Jesse said to his son David, "Take this ephah of roasted grain and these 10 loaves of bread for your brothers, and hurry to their camp. Take along these 10 cheeses to the commander of their unit. See how your brothers are and bring back some assurance from them. They are with Saul and all the men of Israel in the valley of Elah, fighting against the Philistine." Early in the morning, David left the flock in the care of shepherds, loaded up, and set out as Jesse had directed. He reached the camp as the army was going out to its battle position, shouting the war cry. Israel and the Philistine were drawing up their lines facing each other. David left his things with the keeper of supplies, ran to the battle line, and asked the brothers how they were. As he was talking with them, Goliath, the Philistine champion from Gath, stepped out from his lines and shouted his usual defiance, and David heard it. Whenever the Israelites saw the man, they all fled from him in great fear. Now the Israelites had been saying, "Do you see how this man keeps coming out? He comes out to defy Israel. The king will give great wealth to the man who kills him. He will give him his daughter in marriage and will exempt his family from taxes in Israel." David asked the man standing near him, "What will be done for the man who kills this Philistine and removes disgrace from Israel? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" They repeated to him what they had been saying and told him, "This is what will be done for the man who kills him." When Eliab, David's oldest brother, heard him speaking with the man, he burned with anger at him and asked, "Why have you come down here? And with whom did you leave those sheep in the wilderness? I know how conceited you are and how wicked your heart is. You came down only to watch the battle." "Now what I have done," said David, "can't I even speak?" He then turned away to someone else and brought up the same matter, and the man answered him as before. Proposition. Church members should realize the reason why David was called by King Saul, so that we should obey our parents and have holy anger and respect our brothers and sisters one another and control our temper. Message. Church members, last Sunday I delivered a message titled Reason Why Absalom Died So Miserably, with scriptures 2 Samuel chapter 18 verses 9 to 18. Today I'd like to deliver a message titled Reason Why David Was Called by King Saul, with scripture 1 Samuel 17 verses 12 to 30. How come could David, who was not the soldier due to age, fight against Goliath? Because King Saul allowed him. Okay, then how come could David get such permission? 3 reasons. First, David obeyed his father Jesse. David ran errands of Jesse to give food to 3 elder soldier brothers and to bring back Jesse some assurance from them, and fought against Goliath. In other words, to obey his father made him to kill Goliath. God promised to those who respect and obey parents, first, to go well, and second, to enjoy long life, as in Deuteronomy chapter 5 verses 16. Honor your father and mother as the Lord your God has commanded you, so that you may live long and that it may go well with you in the land the Lord your God is giving you. And Ephesians chapter 6 verses 1 to 3. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, so that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy a long life on the earth. Second, David had holy anger and trusted the help of God. David could not bear Goliath, who defied the armies of the living God. In other words, he had a holy anger and ran quickly toward Goliath, trusting the help of God. The result was Goliath was killed by David. Jesus showed his holy anger to the money exchanger of the temple, as written in Matthew chapter 21 verses 12 to 13. Jesus entered the temple courts and drove out all who were buying and selling there. He overturned the table of the money changers and the benches of those selling doves. It is written, he said to them, my house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it den of robbers. Number 3. David controlled his temper and endured the contempt of his brother Eliab. Eliab despised David with provocative words. However, David failed to control his temper, only to fight with his eldest brother Eliab. None would recommend David to King Saul to fight against Goliath, which means David would have even no chance to seize King Saul. It is written, Proverbs chapter 16 verses 32, better a patient person than a warrior, one with self-control than one who takes a city. May God bless our church members to realize the reason why David was called by King Saul, so that we should obey our parents and have holy anger and respect our brothers and sisters one another and control our temper. The title of message today was Reason Why David Was Called by King Saul. And the scripture for today was 1 Samuel chapter 17 verses 12 to 30. Thank you for your kind listening. This was Pastor Daniel Saul. See you later. Bye.